Oh, sorry about that, everybody. Welcome to Tech Stocks and Jobs. This week we got a jam-packed week. This week we're going to be talking about a lot of different angles. Those angles are consisted around not just the SPACs, but Fortune 500 companies, as different angles to enter into tech from these Fortune 500 companies. So we'll look up their tickers. We'll also look up some new SPACs that are out. So we just got a jam-packed session. So let's get started. As you see on the screen, we're looking at Google Marketing Platform. And there's a reason why I'm backing into this from this perspective. Just stay with me. All right. So what we have here is Google Marketing Platform, and the reason why I brought this up because there is a portion of tech that we use and we don't realize we realize we use it, but we don't realize that is also a medium to get into tech, but it's also a medium to get into tech from AI and machine learning. And in that form, it's called ad tech. Right. So when we're talking about ad tech, let me give you some idea. I have a link here and some courses on what ad tech is, and then we're gonna throw some numbers around it to give you a sense of why I'm bringing this up. All right, so ad tech, an introduction to programmatic advertising and digital marketing. What actually is ad tech? So let me go up here, pull in this link. Let me see where's my link at. So here we can look up for right here. So learn programming advertising, understand advertising strategies and how programming fits. What is header bidding versus waterfalls, so forth and so on. So let's give a general idea of what they say ad tech is here. All right, emerging technologies always encouraging scrutiny, critical analysis, and ad tech is no different. This discipline has been around for years, but is recently caught the eye of savvy ad tech agencies, and you'll find a lot of these agencies around. So it's like the first step of leveraging ad tech is understanding what it is. Ad tech is short for advertising technology. It is the umbrella term for software and tools that helps agencies brand, target, deliver, and analyze their digital advertising. So there's a couple of things that's stated inside of that. Software and tools. So you could be developing tools to help agencies do their advertising, or you could utilize tools that are already out there to help agencies or different customers to get into advertising. Okay, so Tamika, why do we even care about this? Well, here's why. Here's your why right here. Let's pull this up here. And we look here. Here's how Facebook does ad business. Really, here's what they're pulling in for advertising. Facebook generated $69.7 billion from advertising, more than 98% of its total revenue for the year. So if that doesn't catch your eye, I don't know what does. So we have more facts and figures here. Let me pull this one up. Not that one, not that one. Hold 1 second. It was the one for it was YouTube. Yeah, it was YouTube. Let me pull that one up. So YouTube is a powerhouse for Google with a revenue up 46%. This was on February the 3rd to almost $7 billion. And that's along with the ad revenue of $7 billion in Q4 of 2020. So when we're talking about places like TikTok, we're talking about places like Facebook, we're talking about Google, even Twitch. There is a market out there from the perspective of people getting into ad tech and understanding the different tools. I also having in the link to show you about what classes or a class you could probably take just to get an introduction to what ad tech is. Here's another one that I had found as well too. Ad Tech 101, all you need to know about ad technology in 2021. So the companies that I mentioned, right? We are talking about one, we're talking about Facebook, we're talking about Google, we're talking about Facebook, Google, YouTube, and even that different advertising agencies like Razorfish is another one. They're a huge company that does advertising, and we'll take a look at them as well too. But for right now, let's look at Yahoo Finance. Let's look up a couple of tickers. Let's see what Razorfish is. They may be publicly traded. They may be private. Let's look up Razorfish. Razorfish ticker. Let's see, are they on it? See, company, Razorfish, 400 employees, roughly 20% of all the staff, stock pricing. Oh, okay, it's $57. I wonder if they're just Razorfish. Oh, they may be on the French market. They may not be on the US market. Let's see. Here it is, ticker symbol. Let's look. And I said RAZF. All right. So let's look up RAZF. Oh, not double R. RAZF. All right. Oh, it's two F's. All right. Is this it? No, that's an OTC. Razorfish. There we go. They're private. Okay, I thought they were private. Okay, they're private. They must have went public and then went back private. That's probably what happened to them. But either way it goes, let's look at Razorfish as a company, and let's see what they have for jobs. If we can navigate their site here. Let's look up Razorfish careers. Razorfish, and let's look at careers. All right. So here we go. Razorfish, project coordinator, CRM strategist, project development. Let's go back here. This one. All right. Search jobs. All right. So agile project program manager, client management. They got creatives if you're into the creative space. Data science, of course. When we're talking about data science, you know that's probably huge at Razorfish, and you can see they're like all distributed across different places: Paris, New York. Their engineering jobs, finance, human resources, media performance, and so forth, and service manager, ad manager. So one of the other ones that I want to point out is I oftentimes used to use this place called the Ladders. So the Ladders actually talks about jobs over 100,000. That's what they touted. That's what they still tout. So here's a tech lead for TikTok ads and integrity, 150K to 250K, and they're given a location. So I come here and I just get a general overview of just ranges of jobs. So we can go back to ad tech on here, and they see they got a paid search strategist. That's in Cleveland. So that's a SER. Let's go back here. A senior SER SEO strategist there. So let's look up this on the Ladders and see if it returns us anything over here. All right. So go here, look up here, and then let's go and see if we return. Okay. So that's another one. So this also backs into when we're talking about advertising, can easily back into sales, can easily back into AI and machine learning, can easily back into having a specialty in the cybersecurity. Like you have to think like everybody has a product, and so you need to market and advertise that product. So this is where that medium of sales, advertising, marketing, kind of begin to mesh and blend. So just another way. I'm just showing you another way that you can look at tech and look at these little different tickers, such as Facebook, and it don't even have to be Facebook. Another company I was looking at was CloudStrike. CloudStrike uses machine learning and AI combined, so that that's big on their platform. And then once that's big on their platform, you can also look at, well, how do they market this product? Who are they marketing to? And then start really learning the product and start learning the marketing strategy, which can then turn into learning how to become a sales engineer as well too. So sales engineers, from what I've been told and what I've been hearing, can be as lucrative up to 500K and more. So I mean, starting out, don't quote me on these, this is just what I've been hearing. So again, it's not just your base salary, but it's your commission on top of that. So again, when you're looking at these different tech stocks and jobs, when you're looking at this, look at it from that perspective. I think I covered everything on that. Let me double check, make sure there's no questions here. All right, no questions. All right, cool. So now let's move into why I brought this up. I brought this up because there was a big announcement with IBM and which falls under Red Hat, but is edge computing. So as IBM and Siemens did a merger, not necessarily a merger, let's take that back. They signed a partnership, and that partnership is for edge computing. And those of you who were on the meetup this week, we talked about OpenShift. So that's what they're going to be using in this particular merger. This particular partnership. This particular partnership that they're going after has a market for 1 trillion. I'll post the YouTube links that show that, but I'm going to pull that up right now. So it's why this was important, because this again deals with the advertising of not the advertising, but advertising dollars is what I want to say, and it also deals with let me go here so we can get off the ads. So here, this is where I got that from. IBM partners with Siemens while going after the $1 trillion hybrid cloud market. So again, edge computing, all your IoT devices. But now let's go over here and let's go back over here and let's look up Siemens. SIMENS. What is their ticker? Oh, okay. Look, they are held privately too. Interesting. So when we're talking about, and we can look at jobs though. Let's look up Siemens jobs. Siemens. I hope they spell it. Yeah. Careers. So if you know they're partnering with Red Hat for jobs. So basically, I don't know if you all have heard of Siemens, but they're everywhere. Yeah, sure. Well, let me go further. All right, they're pretty much everywhere, in every market you could possibly think of. But here's a good thing, about them. They do have a CEO program. So you can find your way into a CEO position. At least they have a program. A lot of companies don't have one. An apprentice program. They have their controlling and finance program there, and they have management consulting, training, talent development, management training, sales training, R&D. Really known for a lot of their R&D work. Again, they're more along the lines of semiconductor when you're looking at them. So just the idea of who they are. And then business development programs where you can go in and say, hey, I see like this IoT is a big market. We need to be putting eyes and doing research on this and finding out how big of a market it is, who can that be our target audience, who can be our customers, who are we selling this solution to, how do we advertise that. That's all in the realm of business development. So one of the things I was doing some more researching on this, and so I went and dug a little bit further on IBM. IBM bought Red Hat. I don't know, probably about 3 years ago for 34 billion. So a lot of people don't. The inside jokes is they call them, instead of Red Hat, they call them the Blue Hat now. But inside joke. So IBM unveils an elite hybrid cloud build team. So this elite hybrid cloud build team is the team that is working with Siemens. So that means if 9 times out of 10, if you went to IBM website, you'll probably find more about these particular jobs for this. IBM unveils this elite team. So under this hybrid build team, they also have an IBM data science and AI elite team, and also an IBM AI ops elite team. So let's click on these and bring those up in a separate window. Oh, where'd it go? You switch screens on me. All right. So here we go. Making global strides with data science, remote data science toolkit, industry accelerators. Our accelerator surveys a specific use case and working models to help you jumpstart your solutions. So basically, you can come in and grab some of their data, and instead of you trying to find data, you can work with their data, and probably more than likely their data team as a startup to get ahead of this. So here we go. 30-minute consult a kickstart, and then start building, and 12 weeks to invest. So that's just an idea here when we're looking at this. And then they have some data science, their data science AI elite team. So that's just a thought. If you're getting into you want to do something around data and AI, you don't have to start from scratch. Another one is their AOps elite team as well too. So this is just something to look at when we're talking about this particular thing here, this $1 trillion market. OpenShift is at the crux of it. So if you went to, you can learn OpenShift at learn.openshift.com. So here, it is right here. Learn.openshift.com, and so this gives you an overview of it. Again, this is it more advanced, but I think with enough reading you can figure it out. It's not, the concepts are not that hard to figure out. So now let's oh, and by the way, that guy why I mentioned Razorfish, the guy that's on this video here, let's go back to this video.
Video exclusive is Bob Lord.
This guy right here used to be the CEO, the global CEO of Razorfish. So he's left, and now he's formed this partnership under IBM with Siemens, and now they're going after this $1 trillion hybrid cloud market. So this was done on the 26th. So this is fairly new. February 26th is fairly new. This is yesterday's news. So just FYI on that. All right, now let's get into some specs on our mission. Let me double check, make sure we don't have any questions. How's everybody doing today? Victoria, I see you out there on Facebook. Lucretia, I see you. You were the first one in there. Dee, how you doing? Mr. Wall Street One, how are you? Shout out to everybody. Thank you for joining us. I see you in the comments. All right. So now let's look at, it's called Marked Forge. Oops, come on, back faces. All right. They do 3D printing. And this gets into additive manufacturing. All right, why are we bringing them up? Let's pull this up. Markforged, they merged to go public as a $2.1 billion 3D printing business. I don't know if anybody saw the announcement this week that they're 3D printing steaks now. I don't know if you all saw that. I don't know if anybody caught that, but they're doing 3D printing on steaks. Let me see if I can pull that up. See, 3D printed steak. Yeah, world's first 3D bioprinted and cultivated ribeye steak. Not making this up. It is out here. That was in February. There we go. That is a raising the state's first 3D printed ribeye steak unveiled. I'm gonna put this in the chat. So next time you're at a talk, I mean at a dinner, you want to know whether or not your steak was 3D printed or not. So here we go. First 3D printed ribeye steak unveiled. USDA and FDA have not yet have not created a framework around this yet. So it's still new. So people could be using it. You wouldn't know it. So just something to keep your eye on when we're talking about this. Let me see where this comes out of. ALEF Farms, new 3D bioprinting technology. 3D bioprinting technology. Let's go do a little deeper dive on that there. And which use cases limit animal cells as opposed to plant-based alternatives, allows for premium whole muscle cuts to come to market, broadening the scope of alternate meat, and is what is expected. So I wouldn't be surprised if Beyond Meat start getting into this. But here's this year is Israel-based Future Meat Technologies and Dutch companies like Meatable and Mosa Meat aim to have cultivated meat products in the market by the year 2022. So let's go over here right quick and look up this 3D bioprinting technology. Let's just get some ideas, some heads around this. Progress in 3D bioprinting technology for tissue and organ. All right, so 3D printing is the state-of-the-art technology to fabricate biological constructs with hierarchical architecture. Yeah. That sounds a lot, real convoluted there. All right, let's get to this picture. This is what I want to get to. It's the abstract. Keep going. All right, let's get to the pictures. I just want to get fabrication of 3D printed half-heart, fabrication of 3D printed construct. These look like muscle vessels. So I guess you're treating, and that's what it said. It's just a muscle. So if you can do a heart, why not a steak? That because it's a muscle, right? All right, so let's go back over here to the companies that they mentioned in here. This is a company out of Israel. This is the company out of a Dutch company. I'm assuming both of these are Dutch companies. Yeah, Dutch companies. And we're looking to get this out next year. All right. So this Future Meat company here has raised $26.75 million in funding. This is of February the 2nd. Something to be on the lookout for. There may be a penny stock, so I will check the penny stocks for this particular company. This one here, it looked like it just okay. Cell-based meat and focus conversion with Meatable, Finless Foods, and New Age Meats. They are looks like have several recently raised substantial sums. Memphis Meats, Future Meats, Wild Type. So it's more out there. Here's the Alf Meat that we were just that IPO for $2.1 billion, and then Mimosa. So and Bell Food Group invests. Is this francs or is this pounds? This is francs, right? I don't know. I gotta look up that symbol. In Mimosa Meat. So the Bell Food Group, they have 12,000. They have 12,500 employees, and they have an annual. So they are in the billions. They're already moving and grooving. So they're doing 3D printed now. So again, that the new market here that we're talking about is additive manufacturing. This also gets into that low code, no code as well too that I was talking about this week, where we can start getting around that. Here we go. Simmons pops right back up again. Start seeing why I went backwards and then started coming forward with these things. Don't forget, like we just did the stuff about the advertising. Now you got to think about, how do people advertise this? How do you market this? What does that look like? Um, but so here we are. We're under additive manufacturing. This is actually truly at the ground floor of this market. Let's look up additive manufacturing market. It may give me a little bit more insight here. And kind of get an overview of what they're predicting this to look like. All right, yeah. So additive manufacturing market to reach $26.68 billion by 2027. And again, that's just a speculation because it still is kind of new. Increasing the adoption of additive manufacturing in the automotive market and aerospace market. The market size was 9.11 in 2019, where this looks like, let's see, can we find out when this was reported? What's the date on this? So this was October the 30th of 2020, and it jumped up to 26.68 billion. So we went from 911 in 2019 to 26.6 billion. So you can see how aggressively that big range we're moving. So this is probably even out of date, so we're probably going to be more after this. So just, hey, just something to be on the lookout for when you're sitting down at the technology. When you're sitting down at the table and you're getting a piece of steak, you might want to ask, has it been 3D printed? All right, so let's move on. Let's go back to the SPAC because I got sidetracked. It got interesting for me. Okay, marked forged. Let's look and see if they got anything in terms of what their ticker symbol should be. Marked forged. And SPAC. All right, let's look and see. Okay, yep, right here. They're going public. Let's look and see. Blank check such as one public offering IPO. I'm looking for that ticker symbol. I don't see it on here. If you got it, if you could drop it in the comments, that'd be great. Oh, here it is, right here. MKFG. Boom. Good job. All right, so let's go here. All right. On public, looks like it may have already been traded, maybe. Okay, look, they're also AI powered and intuitive additive manufacturing. See, they got a net cash of 400 million. Let's go to their website and see if we can find some jobs, like we always do. If we can use that ticker symbol on and see if we can get additive manufacturing jobs. No, we couldn't. Okay. Then go marked forged. Let's see if the website comes up first. Yep. Choose this one. All right. Now let's hop over here to they got software, so you could be creating software for resources company. Let's go to company. Okay, careers. All right, join our team. This is on the website that blinking. That's not me. Wellness, parental leave, unlimited 3D printing. Take what you need, vacation, employee assistance, benefits. They're headquartered in Boston. Mechanical engineering, software engineering, operations, print system engineering, manufacturing, product, technology operations, talent acquisition. Here's a list of all their different jobs that they got, and they're headquartered out of Boston. I'll drop this in the chat. All right. So next thing we're gonna look at now is we're gonna look at switchback. Well, yeah, let's look at switchback. So ChargePoint and Switchback Energy acquisition that actually closed this week. I don't know if anybody is on ChargePoint and Switchback doing their thing in the EV in the EV space. We can come back over here and look up Switchback right here, SBE. So they've been trading. Let me see. I wonder if Monday they'll. It's been down. The market's been down for the past 2 weeks. So it's been this red has been seen by everybody. This red been seen by everybody. So don't be alarmed for that. So switchback. The other one was ChargePoint. So let's go back over here and look at ChargePoint. They're private. Okay, so they're probably gonna. I wonder if they're gonna switch to SBE. See, they're okay. Here it is. All right. So the business combination was approved by Switchback stockholders. See, yeah. All right, and then the New York Exchange ticker symbol for the shares of the common stock and the warrants of the company will be renamed to ChargePoint Holdings, and that ticker symbol now is going to be CHPT, and that is expected to go live March the 1st. So that's the latest and greatest update with them. Let me look and see if they got any numbers on this merger. I don't see any numbers on this one. Because this has been going on for a while. All right, the next one we want to look at is Clove, CLOV. Yeah. So just a little reminder here when we're talking about these different SPACs and stuff. There are some lawsuits that are out there. Just wanted you to be aware of this. Investors who purchase or acquire Clove publicly traded securities during the class period of May, no later than April 26th, seek to be appointed as a lead plaintiff representative of the class. So they got a lawsuit against them. So just something to be aware of if you made your investment in Clove. Just buyer beware. All right, so now we're gonna look at this company called Shippo, SHIPPO. They're held privately, but that's okay. You see that information there. Let me go Shippo right here. All right, Shippo, they raised 45 million, more than the 495 valuation as e-commerce booms. So they are a software company that provides shipping related services to e-commerce companies. Announced their $45 million investment. This had the new capital values the startup at now 495 million. They're in Series C. They did a $30 million transaction. More about them. But now let's go look at Shippo. All right. So Shippo, where did it open it up? Right here. All right. So look, they look like they got partnerships with the United Postal Office, UPS, FedEx, and DHS. And let's look at a career. See resources, company, jobs. All right. Submit an application. Recruiter responds to it 3 days. They got you, but they telling you what your steps are. The phone screen with a recruiter, optional interviewing, coaching with recruiter, on-site interviews, decision on the candidate. We can already picture you here. Looks like a very small company. They're a startup just getting started. Let's look, see, they got the current openings. They got some remote doing business development, customer service, engineering, full stack, site SRE, technical support, product, marketing, back under that marketing banner there, business, corporate development, sales, and then people if they're looking for recruiters as well too, and then growth, senior analyst, revenue, operations. Look like they got some stuff based out of Austin and some remote, some but primarily San Francisco, Austin, and remote is what I'm seeing here for this particular one. So Shippo, I post this in the chat for the jobs in case you want to take a look at the jobs. Let me double check and see if we got questions here. Any questions so far? Nope, no questions so far. I know mind blowing on the steak stuff, right? All right, so let's get back to it. The next one that we're gonna look at is, let me scroll up here. All right, Unsight, a transformative biotechnology platform company capable of manufacturing universally implantable bioengineered human tissue. They are going public with a merger under Alpha Healthcare, Humacyte. I am reading right here. Transaction values at pre-money valuation of 800 million with Humacyte. Shareholders are rolling over 100% of their equity. Humacyte is expected to have a market capitalization of 1.1 billion. So Humacyte is what we're looking at here. This was came out on February the 17th. It's coming under the Alpha Healthcare Acquisition Corporation. AHCH is the SPAC. So let's go on Yahoo and look up AHCH. Nothing there. Let me look up. Did I spell that right? Was I wrong? Hold on. Yep, AHAC, sorry. AHAC. Okay. And they got a warrant too. All right, so $11. Boom. Just it was a good Friday. What it looked like over the past 6 months. So you can see steady, and then a big spike here. That was February 22nd. That's probably when that was announced. And then we got a big dip back down. So they was going down they were down for a while at $9. Then they spiked up to it was 14, and now they're back down at 11. So just something to keep an eye on when we're looking at this one with Humacyte. Another thing that I wanted to look at was Lidar. So a lot of companies have been using Lidar technology. We've talked about this. There's Lidar, and then there's another company. I think that one was out of China. They're not using Lidar. They're in competition with, but Lidar technology is been used everywhere. This one right here, Performa enterprise value at $2 billion and delivers up to 455 million of gross proceeds to fully fund the company. So I guess you call it AI. I guess you say AI is what you would say. See, AI, they have their investors. Let's see if we can find out a little bit more about them. So they're on the NASDAQ. Let's see, the global leader in active high performance LiDAR solutions and CF Finance. I guess they're combining under a special acquisition, and it's going to be the combined company will be called AI Holdings. I wonder if we can look up CFAC. All right, CFAC. All right, yep, and you can see they have warrants too. That W stands for warrants. This is the stock, and this is the warrant. So let's look at the stock. Yep, Friday brutal day. Yep, it's been brutal for the past 2 weeks. I expect a lot of red on a lot of these. But let's go over and look up their CFAC. Let's look up CFAC. All right, and let's see if we can get over to their company, because once they combine, let me see if we got a link here. No, let's go back. CFAC. All right, here we go. Finance Acquisition Corporation. So let's look up this, and maybe they'll have a link to their actual company. If not, we're gonna have to just type it in. I don't want to. I was being lazy. All right. So let's do CF Finance Acquisition. Corp. Oh, here we go, right here. Headquarters in the United States. CFII. Let's see if we can get some more info here. Come on, nothing. All right. I'm not. I know they exist. Yeah, we know about the AI. We know about that. Yep. But where's the CFIC? I mean, CF Finance Acquisition. We want to look at that. I had to do some more investigation on that one. See, do I have any more in my notes? Nope, I don't. Just the Lidar part. All right, let's go here and look at this one here. This is dealing with battery recycling. So this is called Life Cycle. It's a SPAC. This one is going public. Life Cycle Corporation. We'll look them up. They're going public. They do lithium batteries. They're recycling them. So as more of these EV cars and planes and robo taxis and bikes and everything get into the market, there has to be a place to recycle them, right? So let's look up this Life Cycle Corporation. Here we go, lithium battery. Here we go, careers. Come on, careers. You can do it. All right. Work with us. See open positions. All right. They international. All right. Rochester, New York. Commercial lead, remote in Nairobi, Kenya. So when I think of this, I'm like, why are they in Kenya? What's in Kenya? What's in Lagos, Nigeria? What's in these locations? We got Atlanta, Georgia, Kingston, Ontario. Mississauga. I'm totally butchering that, but you get it, you see it. Electronic document management specialist, Stockholm, quality manager, health, plant, shift, and warehouse. Let's go look at the stuff that they have in Nairobi, Kenya as an Africa commercial lead. All right, you're working on sales in that region. So, I'm thinking about this, and I know they're recycling batteries. The first thought that comes to my head is, okay, you are looking in Nairobi, Kenya for EV sales. So that's what I will go look up. So let's look up Nairobi, Kenya, EV. Okay. Record EV sales in Europe are good for Africa. Electronic mobility in Kenya. Changing transport. So if I am looking at EV sales, and I'm seeing all of this. This is where I'm gonna start doing my deep dive off into, because they got people that are looking to do sales there. So Kenya's electric tax fleet expanding fast. That's January 26th of this year. So we're looking at Nairobi and who's investing. So now I will start to say to myself, okay, a couple of weeks ago, we talked about a company that goes and does installs of um, charging stations. And those charging stations, the information that they had on those charging stations was, if you are, we can come in and put in a charging station, but people who come in and charge their car, they're standing around doing nothing for 92 minutes. And so what they would most likely like to have is a place where they can go sit down and eat, where they can shop and so forth. So me thinking, I would be looking at, okay, well, what was that company? How can I put a charging station somewhere in one of these places that they're advertising and doing commercials, trying to market to, and then look and see what housing is around there, schools or whatnot, and something, a mall or something that I could put around that, or even just on my journey, like a popular journey, like Route 66 is a popular, that's a popular uh, driving trail for people, is Route 66, like Route 1 going from Miami to New York. So just something to think about if I'm looking at it and doing advertising. All right, next one up is it's called Bark, BARK. Northern Acquisition Corporation and Bark announced Bark's preliminary third quarter fiscal results. And here is the a little bit more information I was looking at. So Acquisition and Bark announced Bark's preliminary third quarter results. Bark senior leadership team. It was something about Bark. Hold on, let me pull up my email and look up Bark. It was something about Bark that was important. They're publicly traded special acquisition, BARK. Let's go and look that up on Yahoo Finance here. BRAK. Why are we not showing up? And Northern Star. Let's look up Bark. Bark. Okay, here we go. This came out. They merged, but then they're reporting. So their merger was 1.6 billion. That's really nasty in the eye. Bark, a subscription service for pet owners, is going public via merger in their SPAC. The deal is the latest to a string of IPOs over the last year. They were 1.6 billion. They're on the stock exchange for 1.6 billion BARK, and then they're right here. They're just reporting their results for that for third quarter results here. Let's look and see what that is. So let's blow that up because that's really small on my eyes. I know it's small on your eyes. So revenue of as of preliminary 266. This is in the millions. 9 months from that, 60 over year growth, 65% growth. So they've grown. So revenue for the quarter grew 78% to an estimated 105 million compared to the third fiscal quarter. Subscription shipments grew 47% to 1.1 million in the third quarter. So they're growing. So you might want to look to invest in them. So let's look at Bark. Let's see if we can find the company itself. Bark. I wonder if I could just type jobs. Yes, bark.co. All right, careers. Jump to open roles. Art director, a junior tour designer, a lead designer, photo retouching, a VP, a creative director, customer experience, customer experience specialist, Bark Eats, finance, growth, sales, and marketing. Back to that again. Life cycle marketing, logistics, domestic logistics, forklift, merchandising, people, technology. They're looking for an engineering manager for applications. This is out of New York. This one is right here is remote. Junior software engineer, product design, QA, senior analyst, software engineer. Don't think they don't need cybersecurity on their team. It's probably not posted on here, but I'm sure they need it. So that's their stuff. Let's put this in the chat so you can have that. How's everything so far? Let me check the chat. Yep, human tissue. All good. I'm glad you're following the companies on your LinkedIn. Yep, check them out. Check out their updates. All right. Next company we got, and I have a ton of companies. I gotta get through them though. I gotta get through them. All right. ShareCare is our next company. No, that's a lie. The next company we're gonna look at is Baby Outlet. Okay, outlet, baby care, or outlet. Baby care to go public via merger with a SPAC with Sandbridge. They're based in the States in Utah. The maker of baby monitors. They're set to go enterprise value at 1.074 billion. They'll be traded on a stock exchange as OLWT. Once the deal is closed. The company has a cash value of 325 million. Um, and let me know if this if it's something that you want me to actually look up as well too. Just let me know. All right, so outlet. So let me look here in my notes. Nothing there. So now we're gonna look up outlet. So let's go do our famous thing here. All right, outlet, and then we'll look up jobs again. Boom. Outlet care. You can see that got a listing on Indeed. Let's go here, view positions. All right, they are looking for a lot of things. UX, director of IT, executive assistant, platform, Android, iOS, senior IoT architect, uh, innovation, products, so product management, marketing, director of analytics, growth marketing manager. That's what that Google and that analytics stuff that I was talking about earlier, SEO, Google double click, growth marketing manager, sales, principal product marketing, visual merchandising. Hey there, got a sister. All right now. All right, quality, regulatory affairs specialists, supply chain. These are all based out of Utah, but some of them are remote. As you can see, that software backend engineer is remote. Platform director, QMS specialist. Just something to look at. Let's see if we have an idea of what their product looks like. Just curious. All right, so they have an app, a baby monitor, uh, as low as $24 a month. I guess 300. I guess that's $300 if you want that. Let's look at cam. So here's the camera. Here is the outlet duo, and looks like another little monitor, and then the Dream Lab. All right, so yeah, you get the app. You get everything on the app, all in one, ready to go. They got a subscription plan. I'm assuming they're gathering data under this app about, you know, how long your kid sleeps, what time they're waking up, doing a deep analysis on your kid or babies there. That's what I'm getting out of that. So, outlet. There you go. Plenty of jobs. All right. Next one is called ShareCare. This one is a SPAC with digital health firm ShareCare Public at 4 billion. It's a digital startup ShareCare. This came out, that's February 12th. Friday has agreed to go public through a merger with a blank check firm backed by veteran investment Alan Muchin. In this deal, the values combined the company at 3.9 billion. All right. Let's go look at PitchBook here. Under the Falcon Capital acquisition, that's what this comes out of, and we're actually going to talk about them in a minute. So we can view the details here. They're financing around ShareCare to contact they're in it. Their primary office is in Atlanta. So let's look up, can we get ShareCare jobs? That's gonna be a thing here. Let's look up ShareCare jobs. Okay, let's go down here. All right. So what I see is accountant, senior iOS, IT controls, hospital nurse practitioner, medical writing, senior trainer, Blue Zone, project manager, Blue Zone project, ROI, medical records, inventory, report designer, data engineer, sales trainer, provide, like, the list goes on, and looks like they got locations in California, Georgia, Tennessee, Texas, Arkansas, South Carolina, Minnesota, and then you can filter by city and so forth. So we got ShareCare there. Let's see. All right, this is another one I thought was pretty cool. This is about the electric snowmobile. I'm pretty sure y'all could have used this in Texas, probably. I don't know. It might have frozen though. It might not have been good though. So, snowmobile and jet ski maker Taiga goes public and raises 100 million. You can take a look at them going out on a jet ski. It goes public with CGGZ, Concord, Genuity Growth. That's what that looks like. All right, so now let's look at, they have pre-orders, and it looks like they're based out of Canada here with .ca. All right, so you get watercraft. It's the watercraft. Snowmobiles. These are snowmobiles. Yep, and then here's their careers. Oh, nothing. Bad web page. There we go. All right. Customer experience, test and validation, production manager, automation, mechanical, vehicle engineer, senior back-end developer, software engineer, e-commerce, material planning, senior engineering, project manager. I'm going to put this in the comments so you all can have it. All right. Comment. Someone said, what's the OWLET? What's the different from the other? I'm looking at it as analytics. I don't think the other baby monitors, and I don't have any kids, so I don't know. Y'all can tell me who do have kids, are analyzing your baby sleep patterns and sounds and so forth. Because if they're collecting data on that, I'm going to assume that's what they're looking at. Like, and then if they got the camera watching the baby, I guess like baby movements and so forth, because that data and that camera and stuff is feeding somewhere on somebody's platform using some machine learning and AI to monitor that. So you want someone to know all the analytics about your baby, and you want to do that analysis. That's what that is. I'm still trying to figure out what cert to go after. Depends on where you're at. Are you in the Slack group? Yeah, okay, oxygen levels, cool. Thank you for telling me. Grenada, is that how you? I hope I said your name. Grenada. Views. You say you're trying to get it. You're trying to figure out what cert to go after. It also depends on your background. Depends on if you're coming from a tech or health, or you may be coming from finance. We've done 2 meetups since the Erica Williams show, and our meetups have been at least 3.5 to 4 hours long. And I brought in people from Red Hat, from a sales engineer, from an architect, from Netflix, and SurveyMonkey. Have all been in that, and then people who do government contracting. So we've been taking deep dives into the tech arena. That's why I'm showing you an array of positions and an array of companies and what they're hiring for, and so you can get an idea of like what's possible. What do you want to do? Like I mentioned, ad tech. You may want to back in and start doing ad tech, which could back you into AI and machine learning, and so forth. IBM itself has a huge AI and machine learning platform, and they have classes on there too that get you trained up, as well as Udemy. But just be cognizant, and when you're saying you don't know what you want to do, start making mind maps and journals of that. That's my spiel on that. All right, so here is let's go up here to Falcon. I'm gonna make this my last one. I skipped over like 6 of them. All right, this one is another one on the digital alpha to commit to 100 million in the outcome. Digital alpha announced a strategic collaboration to strengthen the nexus of healthcare and digital infrastructure across America. So, reason why I brought that one up. In addition, right here. In addition to bringing ShareCare differentiated expertise and relationships in sustainable communities, this is important here, so pay attention to this one. To help states, cities, and counties improve community well-being, Digital Alpha is committing 100 million. All right, so why is this important? Because I had to go do some searching for this. Okay, this project right here, and we'll get back to this. This is FCAC. That's that acquisition ticker. But here is the secret of living longer, better, all around us. So what they do is they have designed these communities. They did research, and they have designed what they call healthy communities, and what should be healthy communities. All right, so they have a listing of communities that they already had started, building out. So Beach City, Florida Southwest, Hawaii, Minnesota, North Carolina. So they have these design. They design what a healthy city looks like, and then they go around and they get with builders in order to build these cities. So they have these measurements that they've got: purpose, social, financial, community, physical. And this is their approach to building the cities. And so you could get with them and design your city based upon their metrics and so forth. So let's go look at results. So beach cities, here's what they got: well-being index decreased, and these are the stats that they have, and they've been at it for a while. And they've been in 1,500 news stories, 1.3.4 billion media reach, nearly 2.7 million in media value secured. And here's what they've been on. So they are in this particular spec where they actually go out, build and design cities. So under that is also what we call their meals. Here's their meal prep that they have to help in those blue zones, what foods and stuff in groceries that you can have. One, this can be delivered, but what helps that particular community to stay healthy, which is a very interesting idea. All right, so let's look at blue sky imagery. I said that was going to be my last one. I lied. Satellite data firm BlackSky enters public orbit with 1.5 billion blank check deal. Satellite imagery and data BlackSky Holdings said it agreed to go public merger with Osprey Technology Acquisition SPAC at 1.5 billion. The new ticker symbol will be BKSY. So let's look up BKSY. Here's how to buy their stock. Right here, how to buy BKSY when it goes public. I have that in the notes. Dion can drop that in there. But before we move on from BlackSky, let's look at a couple other little things about them. Satellite imagery and data. All right, that's what they fall under. So you can already imagine who is probably there working with NASA, SpaceX, you name it, with BlackSky there. The company, the new funding will be used to expand the company software platform, develop AI and machine learning capabilities, and so forth. So you kind of get where that's going with that. So they probably need somebody that understands AI, machine learning tools and different cloud usage that they may use. They may use Google Cloud and whoever, right? Whoever's platform. So let's look up BlackSky jobs. So BlackSky jobs. All right, careers at BlackSky. We saw that satellite project manager, explore open positions. All right, Seattle, Washington, Herndon, Virginia. I wonder why. Seattle, Washington, and Herndon, Virginia. Yeah. Director of Business Development, U.S. federal and civil agencies. That giveaway there. Yeah, you can see where this is going. Data engineer, senior analytics. Okay, so for those of you that may not know, the reason why I'm laughing, Seattle, Washington, and Herndon, Virginia, two well-known locations where government contracting often happens on the classified side. So Herndon, Virginia, yes, I can see that. Seattle, Washington, I can see that. What company is based out in those two locations? Amazon, who they're probably partnering with. Who else is there? Microsoft, who else they're probably partnering with. Who else is also in those spaces? Oracle. So just names that I'm putting out there just to be aware of. when we're looking at this. So you can see computer vision, accountant, again, dead giveaway, director of business development, U.S. intelligence community, right? Satellite, and then an assistant controller. So you have an idea there who Black Sky is working with. Post this in the chat. Any comments I need to check for here? Yep, if the child had issues on that baby monitor, that may be good too. Correct. All right. All right, let's make this a good one. We did Blue Zone. We did Falcon. We did a lot of them. Let's do Talkspace. Ticker symbol TALK. All right. Talkspace is to invest in a conference. Talkspace, leading digital and virtual behavior health company. They're doing a live webcast on Talkspace. That was old. They got another one, looks like a conference coming up on the 3rd. All right, so Talkspace is the leading virtual behavior and platform, and since founded in 2012, it's connected millions of patients with licensed mental health providers across a wide and growing spectrum of care through virtual counseling, psychotherapy, and psychiatry. I always mess those words up. Talkspace created a purpose-built platform to address the needs of individuals, its individual consumer subscribers and enterprise clients, offering convenient and affordable access to a fully credentialed network of highly qualified professionals. Here is their website, Talkspace. So again, getting healthcare, mental health care therapy online. Let's see. She almost looked like Lauren London right there, but that's Demi Levitt. She almost looked like Lauren London at a first glance. Let's go down here and see if we find careers at the bottom. Yeah, right here. Looking for a data engineer, Ruby on Rails, network recruitment intern, marketing, copywriter, business development, strategy intern, data scientist, SEO. There we are again. Software, data science, B2B, full stack engineer, finance, and VP of behavioral plan accounts. And these are still up, and they were posted months ago. So another way to get in. And they look like they're all remote, so that's even better. So you can look at Talkspace, ticker symbol TALK. And then we'll do our famous. Let's go to Yahoo Finance and look up TALK. Probably gonna be red. Okay, they don't look like they're they're not traded yet. They're private. They're still privately held. And these companies that are privately held, oftentimes, sometimes, depending, they'll have employee stock where you can actually get a couple of shares. Yep, healthcare cities, Black Sky careers. Yep. So I have more, but we ran over our time. And I apologize for running over, but I really wanted to get them out because they were fresh. They happened this week. I've left off a ton of stuff, but we've covered a lot. Last but not least, this is what I did want to do, and these are happening today. It started at 12, a diversity in quantum computing conference is free. And this right here is Tech Minnesota. So these are tech jobs in Minnesota. In case you're interested, Minnesota has a very huge tech scene. So just want you to have that. And then here is a list of jobs in case you're in the Minnesota area, looking to move to Minnesota. Who am I? Here's a listing of their jobs as well too that are in the area. In case you wanted to, you know, move to Minnesota. So I'll drop these inside the chat, and you all can run off with that. Oh yeah, click that while I'm here. Develop a successful blockchain tech startup. It's 149 and it starts today at 1 o'clock. But I don't know if that's 1 o'clock their time or 1 o'clock East Coast time. So just remember, tech. I'll post these links inside of the chat, and I'll post this last link as well too. Just wanted you to be aware of, like, hey, if you wanted to attend these, if you want to know what it's like to develop a successful blockchain startup, check it out. It's $149. But you know, again, and then this is who's putting it on at Tech Up. Click on this. So at Tech Up, a Tech Up, at Tech Up, a Tech Up. So, and then they have courses. So they're putting this on blockchain. So they're smart robotics and so forth. So check them out. Maybe something that you're interested in and so forth. Any questions, any comments that I'm missing here? How's everybody doing? Do I know any good resources? If you would like to learn SQL, yeah, you can hit up Udemy. There's a ton of probably a ton of stuff on Coursera as well. Pluralsight is another one that I would look at. My first thoughts would be look at SQL on Udemy or YouTube. And I guess my question would be is, what are you looking to do with SQL? I guess that would be one of my questions. Slack. Our Slack group is where we was like a big repository for us of information. So, but what Slack is I call it an application that just is a repository. Like what's a chat room. Discord is another one that's similar to it. GITTR is another one that's similar to it as well too. When we're talking about, you know, what Slack is, and then Microsoft, I don't want to say Microsoft Teams is one, but because I want to see you doing channels, it's a little different, but they're in competition with each other though, if that makes sense. So that's usually what it is. If you let me know what your need for learning SQL, that will help me kind of direct you a little bit better there. I'm scrolling up to see if I missed anything. Doesn't look like I missed a lot here. All right. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe this channel. I hope this was helpful for you. I hope you got a lot of information about just a variety of stuff. We talked about 3D printing meat. We talked about hearts. We talked about barks. We talked about baby monitors. We talked about a lot of things. Also, don't forget to purchase some merch. We have a Women in Linux shirt. You know, we have Women in Linux, very different shirts. We're also coming out with our 5-year anniversary. We also have Women in Linux coffee mugs as well too. And on top of that, don't forget to donate. If you like what you hear, if you like what we're saying, if you like what we're talking about, if you're coming to the meetups, if you're coming to the Slack, you know, it's time, it's effort put into this. We appreciate you showing up. We also appreciate you spreading the word. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. Oh yeah, and one last thing, hit the notification button, just so you can get notified when we're doing that, when we're doing these things. And also, I want you to join the Slack this week. We're starting to do the training. We're starting to do our deep dive into Linux and getting everybody spun up. We will be using cloud instances, kind of level the playing field, because we're just learning the commands, getting comfortable with the commands and maneuvering around Linux. Somebody did ask a question. There are a lot of jobs in my area in South Carolina that requires it. Okay, I'm assuming primarily for database management. Well, it could be a number of things. It could be database management, but it could also be reports, reporting data, pulling back content from the different databases. Getting statistics could be leading into machine learning. Could be leading into modeling databases. It could be a number of things. I just wouldn't limit it to just that. So when you're looking at SQL, just really think about that. All right. Oh, and one other thing. We moved our site from womeninlinux.com to womeninlinux.org. We have always been an organization for the past 5 years. We just been very lazy on moving on our stuff over to from .com to .org. Just want to put that out there. And so if you hit .com, you're like, oh no, I didn't redirect or something like that. We're still alive. We're still out here. Womeninlinux.org. We've always been a nonprofit. We've been a nonprofit forever, for a while. So remember, like, subscribe, share. D can direct you to where actually all the merch is at in the 5-year merch. You can see up in the corner here on the top right hand side. That's what some of the merch is coming out looking like with our 5-year mark. All right. So again, I'll see you all next week, next Saturday, same time, same channel, new content. See you on Wednesday as well too. Wednesday we'll be doing our training. All right. See you next week.